Hello everybody, my name is Ross Barker from Man of Fire Films, and welcome back to Toribash Tips. In this episode, I'm going to be continuing with a running tutorial. This is going to be advanced. I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own custom run, and it's going to be it's going to be pretty neat. So, let's begin. There are two parts to your average run, which are the launch and the continuation. Yeah, it's pretty simple from here, right? Wrong. Well, yeah, right, but yeah. So, let's start with the launch. First, you want to position your Tori in such a way that it's sort of hunched over and falling forwards. The arms can be used to help balance, but I found that they're more of a visual aspect. You know, whatever floats your boat, I guess. So I'm going to keep mine mostly tucked in. Gonna relax that, do that. Okay, now I'm going to make my Tori basically do the thing. And make it look good myself. One rule though, which I always keep, is that neck. See that? Keep it held. Keep it extended or contracted, just as long as it isn't relaxed. Otherwise it'll just flop about and look ridiculous. So now I'm gonna get my guy into that position. So, in that position now, what are we gonna have to do? Well, this is the kind of position you should be in. Just keep it like that. We're gonna have to extend the hips. At this point, I'm not saying what you should do, but just extend your hips. If you want, you can raise your arms a bit to get a little bit of extra momentum in the launch, but you know, I will. I'll extend my arms for like a couple frames to give myself some extra reach. But aside from that, I'm going to be pretty much normal. Gotta keep my knees held. Alright, let's do the launch. Use my arms, gonna relax them now. So, yeah, we got launch, we got a lot of forward momentum. So here I'm going to contract one of my hips. Here I'm going to relax my pecs as well. Use my arms for a little bit of balance. So we'll do that. How does that look? That looks fine and dandy. So let's continue with this. The general rule, just keep changing up your hips. Just extend, contract, swap over your hips. That's the main instance of a step, really, to swap in the hips over. So, gonna make that step. Gonna make sure my foot plants down firmly and flatly. Flatly, is that a word? Flatly. It sounds like it could be a brand. I might have just advertised something. Oh well. So make sure your foot lands flat. That's one rule. Make sure it lands flat. And then you're ready to... I got a fucking Skype message. I should have muted that. Alright, let's have a look at the ghost. He looks fine. He doesn't seem to be leaning too far. That's all pretty good. Let's make the step. So at this point we're going to swap over our hips. But it seems like I'm kind of starting to leaning... I'm starting to leaning. It seems like I'm starting to lean too far back. Generally not a good thing to have. Because when you lean back, you slow down. Whereas when you lean forwards, you go fast. Or you fall over. So I'm going to try and stand on the end of my foot, sort of, and slow myself down. Yeah, you can see how that's working, can't you? So let's rearrange my shoulders. Yep, keeping myself leaned. This is going well. Yeah, I'm sure you can see how this run is working, right? So, this step. Let's have a look at the ghost. Seems like he's leaning a bit. Let's see if I can fix that with the pecs by holding them. Yeah, that's good. There's no lean now. But I think it looks a bit stiff, so I'm going to leave him relaxed and fix them just a bit before the step by quickly whipping them around the other direction for about a frame, then relaxing them again. Or 2 frames, you know. Okay, so it's at this point where I'm looking pretty good. This is turning into more of a walk, to be honest. But either way, yeah, this is how you do it. Okay, let's take a look at this step. Am I leaning in any direction? No, not really. So I guess I'll just keep on going. Okay, it appears my chest has slightly gone off kilter, so I'm going to fix that up. Yep, there we go, looks good. Gonna fix up the pecs as well. Gonna make sure my foot gets enough space on the ground. One more frame. There we go, let's go on to the next step. Here we're starting to pick up some speed, as you can see from the lean. Make sure the foot goes flat. It will land on the heel, but it'll quickly roll onto the bottom, which should not cause too much of an issue. So, let's extend that hip for a few frames. The pec. See how that looks. Just evening out the chest again. Whenever you even out the chest, just doing like small little bits. Don't do it all at once, and because you know they'll look bad. The lean seems to be fine. I'm trying to get into a position where I can show you how to even out the lean. But it appears I'm running too well today. Well, not really. This is like my third attempt at recording, so you know that shows, doesn't it? That looks good. Let's continue to run there. So it appears I'm going to start to twist in that direction. Let's see what I can do. Can I fix that with the pecs? Most likely. Normally I can fix most issues with the pecs. Yeah, it appears here I'm definitely going to be leaning to the side. Let's see if I can fix that by using the lumbar. Lumbar is a great help when you start to lean. That does seem to help. So I'm going to go past a couple frames. Let's see what I can do there. Okay, so if I put that back straight, that does seem to help it. Yep, that looks good. Although I'm leaning quite far back, so I'm slowing down. I'm going to try holding the knee for a few frames, see what that does. That seems to be doing alright. Okay, gonna hold the knee and the hip to lean forwards again. Anything I can do with the ankle? I'm gonna relax the ankle. Yeah, it appears here I'm starting to lean a bit more to the side. Something I can do with the pecs there? Yep, if I do that I can fix that. I'm really trying to find a place where I'm in a bit of an issue so I can just show you guys how to fix it, but I can't. Okay, if you think you won't be able to get enough like sort of extension on the leg, you can always just extend the knee for like a frame or so and see what happens there, see if that gets fixed. God. Okay, so it appears here I'm leaning. It's probably something I can fix with the pecs. Yeah, just with a bit of a switcheroo, I can fix that. Let's continue that. So let's see what I can do here. I keep fixing things just by using the pecs. Just quick word, the pecs won't always fix everything, but yeah, fiddle around with the lumbar like I did. Occasionally you'll have to use the glutes, but you know, yeah, glutes generally a thing. Oh, I'm really getting into the zone now. Sometimes you don't have to worry about the ankles too much, but you know, it's just a thing to keep in mind. Yeah, I picked up some real good speed here. Anyway, so yeah, just keep on this. Just keep checking the ghost, making sure you don't do anything. The further forward your foot lands, the more you'll slow down on the following step, and the further back you put it, the faster you'll get. But once again, you have a high chance of just slipping over and falling flat on your face. So here I'm going to put the foot quite far forwards, which will aid me in slowing down. If it doesn't aid in slowing down, then I've gone too fast. Yes, seems to be doing well. I've received an origin notification. I don't think you can go on Do Not Disturb on origin. Anyway, so you can also put your hands out slightly forwards to just help with some breakage if you need. And if you can't time anything quite right, you can use shift space like I do. I'm addicted to shift space. Alright, I'm going to slow myself down a bit, and then we'll move on to turns. Okay, my legs here have gotten a bit too close together over the past few minutes of running, so I'm going to extend them for a frame, then fix those up. Okay, that's going well. That's going very, very well. Also, I'm going to take time now to say that if you have any questions, just leave one in the comments and I'll hopefully be able to reply to it. And if not, then, well, what can you do? Okay, here I've reached quite a bit of slowing down. It appears I'm turning over to the side. I'm going to try and turn over to the left here, because that's where I'm leaning. So, turns are my kryptonite. I'm absolutely crap at them. One thing to keep in mind is that I have to lean into the turn, which is why I chose to turn to the left here. Otherwise you just end up falling onto your side. If you're not leaning, then you decide to just turn. And landing on your heels here might help, because, that way you'll have less grip to the ground, less friction, and that's, you just might do better. Okie dokie, let's see what I can do. I'm trying not to extend my hip, because otherwise I might gain too much speed. Gonna extend the glutes so I can get a bit of a more spread base of my feet. See how that goes. This all seems to be going quite well. But you can use your hands as well if you think they'll help you with the turning. So I think here I'm going to try and use my hands in a bit of a turn. This turn here is going to be a bit of a scoot kind of turn. But, oh, that's actually a pretty cool move. God damn it. This isn't going well at all. There we go, that's done well, hasn't it? Just remember to, realign pretty much everything else about your run afterwards. Make sure the chest goes back into position. And just don't be afraid to use your arms, essentially. I'm going to see if I can recover from that without looking like a complete spaz. Alright, it seems like I've pumped my leg a little bit too far forwards. I'm going to watch back through the replay and select to frame slightly earlier. See if that helps. So, it's frame 25, wasn't it? So if I select it, say 28, see what that does. That's a peculiar looking spin. Just seeing what I can do. Just generally try and keep your balance and go back into a regular running kind of pose. Okay, that's actually the first turn I've ever successfully done in Toribash. Now I'm gonna extend my glutes so I can get a nice stance going on. Okay, let's lower that shoulder bit there for a few frames. There we go, that'll be a good, nice pose. Anything else I can do to give myself a bit more of a snazziness? Okay, pose. That's like a bit of a gangster pose. Although there's still a little bit of a Ross pose in there. So let's recap here. So, lean forwards, go fast, risk a lot more of the falling over. You lean backwards, you go slower. The further The further forward you put your foot, the more you lean back. The further backwards you put your foot, the faster the more you lean forwards. Land on your heel, you might twist. You land flat on your foot, you genuinely don't. Turning, lean into it, and hands do help. So, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to send in your own moves, just send them in at submissions@manifyfilms.com. There's a layover on the screen thing which will tell you exactly what to put. Subject, Toribash tips. Just send me your move tutorials and I'll be sure to check them out. They get forwarded automatically to me and I'll just read them and then think, this is alright, I'll use it. Or, where I'll be like, whoa, this is amazing. But either way, thanks for watching. Bye guys.